So I've decided to start ramping up P3D big time, and I'm going to tell you why here in a moment and tell you a little bit more about that. And I've got some plans for this channel, and I'd love to get your feedback on this. By the way, let me just apologize. I've not been able to get out videos lately. I've got some personal issues going on. I have some family members that are very sick, and I've been spending a lot of time with them. So therefore, I have not been making making videos as often. However, I've already ramped up my investing in P3D. I'm going to continue to ramp it up more. I'm going to ramp it up a bit faster. I feel that there's a strong urgency to do this now. By the way, I'm speaking for this is what I'm doing. This isn't personal advice. Please, if you're watching my video, don't be one of those morons on the internet who blames some YouTuber or some forum post for them making a bad decision. This isn't investment advice for you. If you don't understand P3D or this concepts, if you don't understand the technology of the blockchain, if you don't understand what it means to get a portion of an exchange fee, and if you don't understand how smart contracts work, then you should not be in P3D. However, if you find it fascinating to watch other people to see what they do, then feel free to watch my videos. But don't be blaming me for something that you choose to do, and don't blame me if you choose to miss out. I mean, it is what it is. The information's out there. Do your own research. Be responsible and be empowered to make your own decision. Take credit for your own successes. Take credit for your own failures. However, I'm going to be ramping up, and I actually am trying to figure out the best way to do this. I keep all my investing separate. I don't commingle funds, etc. I recently just got a line of credit, basically, that I'm going to be using literally to ramp up P3D. It's not anything crazy. The challenge is figuring out how to get Bitcoin. It's the first time I've tried to get Bitcoin with credit, and trying to use it like a credit card, and that's challenging. I'm trying to figure that out. Even if you have ideas on the best way to do that, I think it's POWH3d is a website, if you're familiar with that I'm looking at potentially using. It just doesn't allow me to ramp it up the way that I would like. I'm going to share with you what I think the best way, at least for me, and I can explain why is the best way to be able to invest in P3D. And let me just explain. I'm going to be ramping this up because I think that a lot of people are missing the boat, but I think people are going to start figuring it out. And when they do, in my experience, people figure this out in waves. Like, people they catch on really, really fast. I've gotten a couple of, I'm seeing stuff on YouTube, and some of the comments I've gotten on one or two of my videos, I'm like, wow, people just are not getting this. And it's okay. It's okay that just simply those of us that are getting it, it gives us time to be able to invest. It gives us time to be able to stack tokens. But I think there's only a bit of a window. And I think the best way for me to be able to invest in P3D is ramp it up as fast as possible. And the reason for that is because of, here, I'll show you. By the way, this is where I'm currently at. If you saw my last video, I think it was at 90 something tokens. I'm currently at, here we go, 145. I ramped up some more yesterday. I've got another investment. I'm probably going to make it another week or so. And I'm probably, whatever my limits are, I think POWH3d is only 300 and something a month. So I'll be adding that from a line of credit. And by the way, for me, just to clear this up, the line of credit, this is not something that I could not pay off if I needed to. If this all went to zero, it's not a big deal. It literally is a matter of moving around funds for me. So it's not that big of a deal. But I like to keep everything separate if I can. If I have to move funds around to pay off the line of credit, God forbid, worst case scenario, the contract got hacked or whatever, it's not the end of the world. I didn't do something where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be able to pay that off. It set me back, blah, blah, blah. I didn't do nothing. I'm not doing anything like that. But I'm wanting to get money in here as fast as possible. And the reason is because of, I'll show you, in my belief, the volatility in the contract is where you make all your money. And because what I'm more concerned about is dividends over everything else. So if you come back here to the 4-hour chart, it's going down right now, blah, blah. I'm not too worried. You know, this volatility, I think we're going to continue to see this volatility. The sooner that you can, the sooner that, well, let me say me, the sooner that I can get my investment in. At one point, it was like, all right, I'll just keep building it up over time, no big deal, a few $100s a month, you know, twice a month, whatever. But I believe this has the potential to be massive, massive, massive. And I don't know what the developers are planning with the FOMO token, and then, you know, their more serious token. When I say serious, they keep calling it a serious token. They have other names for it as well. I think it's like Project number 3 or whatever. But it's a more broad-based, wide appeal token is their goal. And it's going to be able to, I believe it's going to parlay in some way on P3D. So it's going to just add more volatility. And the sooner you get in, the volatility in and of itself is more important, that you get in on that movement and you have some time to get in on that movement. So that way when the market drops, you've made dividends. And if you've made dividends, then that helps cushion any loss in token value if that's something that you're concerned about. I'm not concerned about, here's where, if I have concern, here's my concern. This isn't old enough yet to figure out where the trading range is going to be. I believe that we're going to have long stretches of a trading range, meaning maybe it's right in here. So if you bought up here, then it's going to take you a little bit longer to see, you know, your value back from dividends. If it ends up trading down lower, well, then that will be fine, but it's going to take a while. So the sooner that you can get your money in and experience the and earn the rewards from the up and down volatility and from the volume of the contract or the contracts, or the better off you're going to be. That's my belief. So that's where I'm kind of at. So I'm like, you know what? Now's the time to take advantage of this. Plus, I do believe there's a lot of potential in the future on this contract going up substantially. And I believe that that's going to happen. And the reason it's, or where it's going to happen, or why it's going to happen, I believe that's likely to happen when people start to wake up. I mean, literally, there's this herd mentality that something's wrong with P3D. You know, it has to be bad because some YouTuber with a large following says it's bad. But slowly, those YouTubers are going to start to lose credibility, because as you do your research on P3D, you look for the hole in the boat. And quite honestly, it's very hard to find. Like, it is very hard. When you try to figure out what's wrong, you know, it's a pyramid scheme. Oh, I guess it's not. They're going to exit scam. Oh, I guess they can't. You know, you start running out of options why this is not a valuable or viable project. You know, it's more viable than nearly any project on CoinMarketCap. Period. They've got a use case. It works. I mean, it's mind-blowing. And I believe that the potential for this technology is so incredible, so incredible. So I'm going to start ramping it up. You'll start seeing that more and more. I'll talk about it more and more. So here I want to talk about two things that people, the only two things that people try to say that I hear. One is the smart contract can get hacked, and that is true. That's always a possibility. But the longer that it's around, that continues to go down. The more people become aware of it, it continues to be less of a concern. And at the same time, depending on how much it goes up, I believe that there may be a potential increased risk as the contract goes up, because as it becomes more valuable, then maybe it becomes a bigger target to attempt to crack it. According to the devs, if you've seen the interview from the devs, according to them, it has been tested. According to what's been said in Discord, they have, you know, taken every possible measure. In fact, they say that they believe that if it gets hacked, then every token on the Ethereum blockchain is going to be at risk at getting hacked, because it's some sort of fault with the actual Ethereum code, the base Ethereum code, if you will. So I believe that it's far less likely, for my investing purposes, that I'm concerned about a hack. The other thing that I hear people say that it just shows an absolute, I don't know, it just shows, I don't want to say, it just shows that they're still missing it. They're still not getting it. I've even heard people investing in P3D say this, but if there's no new investors, then it's going to collapse. I want you to think about that for a moment. What happens if there's no new investors in Bitcoin? The price stays the same until people are tired of the price staying the same. And then at some point, people are going to want to move money out. And, they'll want to invest in something else that's hotter, that's sexier, that's fun, that's fresh. They'll move out because the Bitcoin price isn't moving because there's no new investors. So they'll sell Bitcoin. At that point, the price is going to drop. Guess what? What happens if everybody suddenly starts selling Bitcoin? The price drops. The logic that somehow P3D doesn't work if there's no new investors is just crazy. Are dividends going to show up? No, they're not. So what? Bitcoin doesn't even give dividends. Like, the concept, the smart contract still works. A 10% fee divided up into rewards for token holders. There's nothing else that does that. At least if Bitcoin drops, you just lose value in the price of Bitcoin. If P3D drops, you lose value in the price of P3D, but you still earn dividends at least. And there's a good shot that those dividends, just like it has right here so far, just like it did right here, there's a good shot that those dividends cause people to want to reinvest, because just like anything else, if a dividend paying stock, if the price drops, then the percent of earnings from dividends is higher. And it's somewhat true here. Not that you're earning more at a low price, it's that you've earned more. So it gives people a chance to be able to reinvest. People are like, wow, those dividends have been nice lately. It's been volatile. Let me get in. Let me get in on that. Let me get in on that volatility. It's been volatile. This is what's happening here. By the way, it's why it went up here. It went down here. Why did it go up? It went down here. Why did it go up? Because people were seeing, wow, these are good dividends when it's dropping. Then it's going up. And human emotion constantly causes it to go up and down. Here's what would cause P3D to collapse, barring some sort of a hack or something on the contract, if that's even possible. I'm not sure that, I don't even know if that's possible. However, here's what we call it a collapse. Totally lose interest in the project. People would have to totally lose interest. And I'm not concerned about that happening. Is it a possibility? Yes. Why? How am I going to hedge my weakness? I'm going to work on coming in as strong, as fast as I can. I believe this is a project that those of us that are in, can see 10x or 100x maybe. I believe that this is the kind of project that could do that. Where else are you even able to earn these kind of rewards? I mean, here, think about this. The rewards, I've heard people say the rewards have been 0.5% to about 2.5%. I can tell you on this big drop, there was a bunch of big rewards that day. But actually, I will tell you these 3 days right here were nice rewards. In fact, 4, you could actually say all these days were nice reward days. But we got some nice rewards on those days, because there's a lot of volume, which means I don't even think people understand the term volume. Volume means a lot of people are buying and a lot of people are selling. But here's where it gets fascinating. As long as there's volume in the contract, as long as people are buying and selling, they can buy and sell down here. It's profitable. They can buy and sell up here. It's profitable. Where they're buying and selling doesn't matter as much as long as they continue to buy and sell. But if you bought up here, then you lose a lot of value. Yeah, but who cares? The key is buying and selling. If they keep buying and selling, you have the same amount of tokens. You can choose to reinvest. You can choose to pull out. But either way, you're still earning rewards. And ultimately, those rewards help insulate you against some losses and potentially devastating losses. And eventually, as long as people keep buying and selling, you're not going to lose. You lose if people totally lose interest in the contract. But people don't understand the odds that people are going to totally lose interest in this contract. I think last I looked at the blockchain, there was like 8 or 10,000 people that had invested, I believe. The more people that invest, the less likely that people are going to lose interest. I mean, if you go to the coin market cap and you go look at the last, 500 projects on low market cap, they still have volume every day. These are primarily crap coins, 500 lowest market cap coins, and most of them have buying and selling taking place every single day. Projects and coins that you've never heard of, most may never amount to anything, but there are a community of people that continue to buy and sell, and those projects don't even have rewards They don't have the ability to be able to become a sustainable project. They don't have the ability to revolutionize the financial industry like this project. P3D does not have to change. No further development, no Sirius token, no FOMO token, no POWH3d. Nothing has to change. By itself, this project, if it continues to catch on, this project alone has the ability to totally revolutionize the financial industry as it currently stands. The greatest risk to this token probably would be the attempt of government interference. But the way they would attempt to interfere is they would try to take down the websites, but it doesn't matter. And that would make it a little more difficult for people to get in or out because you would have to be a little more tech savvy to work directly with the blockchain. But governments cannot stop the blockchain. Now, there may be less people using it because it's not as user friendly, but as long as there's buying and selling, you are earning rewards. Period. End of story. Period. So I'm here. I'm still watching P3D every day. I'm going to do a channel. If you all want, let me know in the comments below. I'm considering doing creating an entire playlist on some of my favorite videos that cover P3D and blockchain in particular, but mainly P3D. It's kind of a tutorial. Like I can go through the videos that walk you through the code. I'll go through videos on what some of the popular YouTubers are talking about. But basically, it's like a one-stop shop of, a list of anywhere from 3 to 10, whatever I can find videos that basically teach you and expose you to all things P3D. So if someone was wanting to do some research, I believe that we all become biased from our own experiences. And if you want to understand why I believe so strongly in this, part of it would be to understand what I've researched, what I've studied, what I've seen, what I've learned on my own. And a lot of time when it comes to videos and things like that, that's stuff that should spark further research. It's impossible for me to show you everything that I've researched. It's impossible. Why would I be willing to, take a chance on this project? Why would I be willing to play this game? Because I do see it as a bit of a game. Because I'm here to tell you, I'm about to wrap this up, and I have zero intention of selling. I think the only way you lose is selling. I think selling and P3D, selling your P3D tokens, I believe, and see, people will pull out for a lot of reasons. They'll try to take profits. They're like, but I got started back here. I need to take profits. Okay, that's great. I can tell you that you start buying and selling and hitting a 20%, a 30% penalty. 30% is you buy in, you sell, you choose to buy back in. You got hit 10% 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. You got to overcome that 30% gap. That becomes incredibly challenging and near impossible long-term to succeed if you keep doing that. The way to win long-term, as long as this project continues to last, and I can't see any reason why it's not, the way that you last long-term is you never sell. I can say that. People can logically understand that, but I already know that I have an advantage on everyone else because I've proven to have the discipline, not just in P3D, but in my typical investing. I've been able to hold investments that were, losing for a long time till they turned around or whatever. So I don't have a problem holding this token, and I believe in it long term. So I just don't see me having any problem selling this token, period. If the project did fail, just know I would probably go down with the ship. If I did anything, I would pull out my rewards, but I'm not pulling out my tokens once they're invested. I'm here to stay. So long term, I'll probably continue to climb the rankings. I'm currently at about 1,200 right now. And that's kind of cool and fun to look at, just to see who can hold the most and who can collect the most and who's not going to sell. This project is incredible. If people aren't in this project, they just haven't done their research or they just haven't understood it. Like, it is mind-blowing. Where else can you be a part of something where you can earn 0.5% to 2.5% a day? But that's not even the thing. What people are like, yeah, but the dividends aren't going to be that good. Okay, even in this kind of slow, sluggish market, check it out here. Even in these little flat areas, you're still getting rewards. Even over here, you're still getting rewards. And it does look like, for me, it's about 0.5%, and that can vary depending on the value of the tokens, etc. But even if it was, 0.25% a day, 0.25% a day, 1/4% a day. I mean, what's that? In a month. Heck, if it's 1% a day, that's 30% a month. If it's a 0.5%, what's that? Let's just say if it's 1/3 of a percent, let's keep it simple. 1/3 of a percent a day. 1/3, 0.3% a day, which we've been averaging more than that. But if it's 0.3% a day, that's 10% a month. What, outside of some sort of scammy high yield investment program, what can average out? And again, just because it has averaged that now doesn't mean it's going to average in the future. You know, people say all sorts of things. I should make a video talking about the most common things that I hear that don't make any sense. Oh, what happens when there's too many buyers and all of a sudden no one's buying or selling? That's just not going to happen. The more buyers are going to be, the more people are going to be buying and selling. The price may move less erratic because a lot of buys and sells. A lot of people are going to buy, a lot of people are going to sell, and it's kind of like the price is going to stay somewhere in the middle. But they're all those extra buys, all those extra sales, they're all creating volume. Yes, but there's more people. That volume's got to get spread out. When people say that, I had someone tell me, but what are you going to do? What happens when the volume, there's so many people in that there's not enough volume to pay the good, rewards? Well, I don't understand. That's such a wild assumption. How in the world? I mean, the more people you have in, the more likely somebody's going to be buying, the more likely somebody's going to be selling. And as long as people are doing buying and selling, it doesn't have to move a lot for you to earn rewards. And if you were only earning 0.3%, 10% a month, we've earned more than that. I mean, we're averaging closer to 1% right now currently on daily rewards. But if you only average 0.3%, 10% a month, that's crazy. The reality is, most hedge funds can't earn 20% a year consistently. And you're talking about a project that's not a high yield investment program, that's not a Ponzi scheme, it's not, a immutable smart contract that is verifiable, open source, decentralized, and you're able to earn those kind of rewards while investing in a project that may change our entire future. So, those are some of my thoughts. Sorry I haven't been able to get more videos out. I'm going to put some comments down below. If you'd like me to create a playlist, I can do that. I can cover a video over the most common objections that I've heard and my thoughts on those objections. Some of them I've hit in this video. I can hit them in more. I can cover them more completely. But here's the bottom line. Here's what you need to take away from me as you continue to watch my journey. And if you want to continue to see this, hit the subscription button. My goal originally was to get to like 10,000 approximately in USDT value and then kind of manage dividends. That was my kind of thought. I think I've abandoned that a bit. I think I'm going to just continue to ramp it up. However quick I can get there. I mean, I want to get to 100,000 and beyond. I mean, I believe this is a $1 million, a millionaire maker. I mean, that's my belief. And that's primarily determined to getting in as early as I can. I believe it's better to get in as early as possible, ramp it up as quick as you can. And if you're going to manage dividends, you're not going to continue to reinvest or continue to, add new ETH to your position, then it's a matter of just managing your rewards each day. So right now I'm just reinvesting for the future, and I'm going to continue to add ETH to the contract. So, by the way, I'm looking for the best way to be able to use a credit card to be with the least possible fees. I'm looking for speed's important, and of course the lowest possible fees. And fees are quite high, obviously, if you're using a credit card. I've looked at things like Paxel. I don't think that's an option. I think VirWox, VIRWOX, if I'm saying it right, I believe that might be the best option. But if you have another idea, by all means, please put it in the comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Enjoy the ride. This crypto space is exciting. God bless you.